What do you have instead of parking lots? Snow? Actually, only snowed once this year and melted within a day. But we do have a time-honored tradition for the snow. What we do in the city of Chicago is we have a dibs system where you will shovel out the street space in front of your residential area, be it apartment or home. And then you place random objects there to dibs on your spot. Now, these objects aren't enforced by law or like even that large of a physical constraint. Often it's like a plastic lawn chair or like a stash of eclectic Beanie Babies or perhaps a old dresser. They're very easy to physically move and somebody else can take your spot. But the dibs system is still a time-honored tradition in Chicago, and if you don't respect it, expect your car to get fucked up. Here's an ironing board. As I said, the lawn chairs, the plastic folding chairs, classic item. Here's a microwave. A lone, solitary microwave amongst the snow and slush. This one's interesting. It is 2 buckets with a plank balanced between them. Thomas the Tank Engine. And a giant teddy bear. Is that Leonardo DiCaprio? Yeah. Can you put down a claymore? That's an excellent idea. I'll be sure to do that next year, if the world isn't engulfed in flames by then. The crazy, contentious history— oh my god! I fucking love this website's layout. The crazy, contentious history of Chicago's dibs system. Everything you need to know about the unwritten rules of an unhinged parking tradition. It's the end of another workday and my partner calls me in the middle of a frenzied search for parking near our apartment in Ravenswood Manor. There's a beautiful spot right on our street, she starts, but there's a single beat-up traffic cone sitting in it, no construction signage or anything. No way it's official. Can I just move it? She hasn't heard of dibs. I'm not really sure how to justify it. Street parking for anyone with a car in Chicago is almost always a nightmare. This is true, I can confirm as somebody in Chicago with a car. It doesn't help that the city of Chicago privatized parking in 2008, which, if you're wondering how that deal shook out for us, private investors recouped their $1.16 billion investment just 2 years ago with more than 60 years left in their contract. Thanks, capitalism. So it's safe to say that snagging an unpaid parking spot is an absolute must if you're to prevent an 8 a.m. alarm from going off the pay meter. You can't pay the night before, as that would be too convenient. Naturally, some folks have circumvented their drastically long search for a spot by jerry-rigging their own personal space with a placeholder. Sometimes with things like traffic cones, yes, but more often with junk, and calling dibs. If you're familiar with it, you know what it looks like. If you're new to this fanatical nonsense, some things you might see on your street constitute as dibs include, but are not limited to: lawn furniture, the most common. It's the safest option, not very exciting, but it gets the message across. Decorative trash, stuffed animals, as we saw with the teddy bear. Sorry, that's DiCaprio again, but teddy bear. Actual trash, household appliances, out of work nativity characters, and inflatable children's television personalities. It sounds completely illegal, and that's because it is, but when it's warm out, you'll probably forget dibs even exists. But during the winter, when Chicago's weather is so frigid and bleak that we're completely desensitized to trash semi-permanently freezing on the sidewalk, many drivers shovel out parking spots before the plows have arrived, and as a result feel they've earned the spot. It's fostered an unusual amount of respect, or perhaps just fear, for an unwritten rule nearly all Chicagoans obey. Don't fuck with the dibs system. It's observed by both private citizens and public officials. That's true. Police typically will not ticket you for dibsing. Not that they can find you. They can't find the person who's placed a random object on the road. It's what has kept this bizarre, fucked up system of dibs alive for decades. Dibs has existed in some form since at least 1967, documented by a Chicago Tribune article covering the record-setting Chicago blizzard of '67 that described motorists in the city staking out their domains with folding chairs, carpenters' horses, and anything that may come to hand. The official term was coined in 1999 by a Tribune columnist who pointed out that at the time, you could even straight up call dibs on a spot you hadn't even shoveled yet. They'd claim it on a government-sanctioned website, chicagoshovels.org. Created by former mayor Rahm Emanuel's administration. It's not all that shocking that if you're used to typical Chicago politics, tensions unresolved by the city of Chicago far too often result in intolerable levels of inaction. But it's just one example of a decades-long leniency on parking laws. One that, whether you love it or hate it, seemingly pisses everyone off for little to no good reason. Yeah. I love my city. We're fucking crazy. We should return to horses, TBH. 100% agreed. What's up, Jenna? This is enlightening. All my knowledge on Chicago comes from the Blues Brothers and John Candy. I know one of those things. Which one? That, my friend, you'll have to surmise on your own.